Right now, you are alone in a room, and you are not alone at all. Your phone is next to you. Somewhere on it, hundreds of people are talking, waiting, watching. And some part of your brain, a very old part, believes they are right there with you. But the real answer to why the internet feels the way it does is far stranger than technology connects us. It has almost nothing to do with wires or servers. It has everything to do with a survival system that is 200,000 years old and was never built for this. Think about your ancestors for a moment. Not the ones in history books, the ones before history existed at all. They lived in small bands, maybe 30 people, maybe 50. Every face they saw in a lifetime, they saw hundreds of times. Every voice they heard, they could place instantly. Your brain evolved inside that world, a world with a hard ceiling on how many relationships a single person could track. In the 1990s, a British anthropologist named Robin Dunbar studied this ceiling directly. He compared the brain sizes of different primate species to the size of their social groups. He found a pattern. Bigger brains, specifically bigger neocortices, correlated with bigger social circles. When he ran the numbers for humans, he landed on a now famous figure, about 150 people. That is roughly the number of stable, meaningful relationships your brain is built to hold at once. 150. Not 15,000 followers, not 800 contacts. 150. Here is where it gets strange. Your brain cannot tell the difference between a real relationship and a simulated one. When you watch a stranger talk directly into a camera, your ancient social wiring reads it as eye contact. When a creator says "you guys" in a video, some circuit in your head quietly files them under "people I know." Researchers call this a parasocial relationship, a one-sided bond where you feel connection, familiarity, even loyalty towards someone who does not know you exist. The term was coined in 1956 by sociologists Donald Horton and Richard Wohl. They were writing about television hosts, radio announcers, people decades before the internet existed. But television could only reach you a few hours a day. It could not fit in your pocket. It could not notify you. It could not learn what made you flinch or laugh or stay. The internet did all three. And here is the twist almost nobody talks about. The people who built the biggest platforms on Earth were not primarily trying to connect you to your 150 people. They were trying to keep you in the room. Every scroll, every notification ping, every autoplay countdown is aimed at a target buried deep inside your prehistoric brain. A target built for scanning a savanna for danger or opportunity, or a familiar face in the distance. Your ancestors' brains rewarded them for paying close attention to their environment. Missing a rustle in the grass could mean missing a predator. Missing a signal from another human could mean missing an ally, or a mate, or a warning. That reward system runs on a chemical called dopamine. And here is what surprised even the scientists who study it. Dopamine is not primarily a pleasure chemical. It is an anticipation chemical. Neuroscientist Wolfram Schultz ran a series of experiments in the 1990s using monkeys and unpredictable rewards. He found that dopamine spikes were highest not when the reward arrived, but in the uncertain moment right before it might. Unpredictability. That is the key. A slot machine works this way. So does a notification badge. So does a feed that refreshes into something new every single time you pull it down. Your ancestors' brains were built to chase uncertain rewards, because uncertain rewards, in the wild, often meant survival. A berry bush that sometimes had fruit, a watering hole that sometimes had prey nearby, a stranger who might be friend or foe. The internet figured out how to manufacture that exact uncertainty, on command, at scale, for free, forever. So think again about that room you are sitting in. It is not really quiet. Not to your nervous system. To your nervous system, it is full of potential faces, potential danger, potential connection, refreshing every few seconds. You are not weak for feeling pulled toward your phone. You are running software built for a world where paying constant attention to your social environment kept you alive. But here is the part that should make you feel something different than shame. You still have the 150. That number never left you. It is still there, waiting to be spent on people who actually know your face, your voice, the sound of your specific laugh. Psychologist Jean Twenge has spent years studying how time online correlates with reported loneliness, especially among people who came of age with a phone already in hand. Her research does not suggest connection itself is the problem. It suggests substitution is the problem. Trading real, reciprocal bonds for the feeling of bonds, over and over, until the feeling starts to stand in for the thing itself. Your brain cannot always tell a substitute from the real version, but you can. That is the strange privilege of being the one species that built the very system trying to hijack it. Every notification is a tiny echo of a rustle in ancient grass. Every scroll is a search for a face that might be familiar. None of it is a personal failure. All of it is a few 100,000 years of survival instinct, wearing a very new disguise. So tonight, when your phone lights up in the dark, you will feel the old pull, the one your ancestors felt scanning the tree line at dusk. Answer it if you want to. But remember, there is a difference between a room full of 150 familiar faces and a room that only feels full. You are not alone in that room, but it depends entirely on who you choose to let in.